Hello everybody. Today is the standoff, the pre-Super Bowl contest royale between Dorco Pace 6 cartridge razor, 6 thin blades with a cutting bar on the back with comfort strips, weighing in at a slim 50 grams. Fairly hefty for a cartridge razor. Pitted against the Maggard MR6, a copy or an inspiration of the Edwin Jagger DE89 and various other 89 style razors. It's a 3-piece razor. Weighing in at a very heavy 120 grams. And which blade are we using, do you say? What better blade than Dorco ST301, made in Korea, the cousin of the Pace, a double-edged blade that has been around for quite a while. It's been a long time since I used the Dorco. Don't really remember how it did. I know it didn't do terribly, but I didn't really use them again either. So, show off between old style Dorco, new style Dorco. Now, just a word of commentary. You folks at Dorco USA and Dorco Korea, you got to think about changing your name, and I think you probably want to, because you called this the Pace, and you put Pace on all your razor blades, because in the United States, Dorco gives a wrong impression. Got a strike right there, folks. You know, back when I was probably in college, maybe a little bit younger, about the same time as the word nerd became popular, the word dork became popular. Now, the difference between a nerd and a dork is that a nerd kind of played with computers and wore a pocket protector and pens. Dork usually didn't have those kind of toys and usually lived in their mother's house, and that was usually in the basement. So Dorco, change your name. So, cream we're going to use today: Cade, Cod, Loctane, whatever you want to pronounce it. Good soap, about double the amount usually that you need in other types of cream. Using my Pav Brush Works custom handle, Spalti maple, with a silver tip badger knot. Let that soak for a minute. It's been quite a while since I used this many blades. I thought a lot about what I was going to do in this review. I thought about using a Fusion, a Gillette Fusion. I've still got one of those and got a fresh cart to put in it. I thought about using a slant that's going to be coming as a loaner in a few days. I thought about using a Schick injector, which is similar to cartridge razors in form of shaving. I thought about using a Atra twin blade. I've got one of those. And I also thought about using a gem or not a gem, an Ever-Ready 1914, to kind of compare against all of them. And really, if I wanted to spend that much time, a whole week of doing it, I could do it, and maybe sometime I might do it. But for now, I just want to see what Dorco new does against Dorco old. And this was a razor that was sent to me by Dorco, gratis. I want everybody to know that. They sent it to me with no strings attached to do a review. And they say that once I inform them of this review being posted, that they will send me a code that my viewers and I can have 15% off their products. So stay tuned for that. So here we go. Nice lather. Wet the face a little bit. I've got about a 2.5 days growth. That should be plenty of challenge. And yes, I nicked myself with a shavette a few days ago. Seriously considering not ever doing shavettes again, because they just tend to reach out and grab you, whereas a straight razor, it's a lot harder to cut yourself. Doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means that with a shavette, you lay that blade against the face just the wrong way and it can do a little slice. I didn't think it was that bad, because when I did it, I wiped it off, used some Steptic, and I really couldn't see it. It wasn't until the next day that I went to shave and I saw that big old mark on my face, and man, didn't know I was carrying a 19th century German soldier saber slash on my cheek, but I was. Okay, just gonna smooth out this lather again. Add a little bit of water to that. I put the lather like that on my face. I got that from Shaving Made Easy, 1905, an anonymously written book about shaving, published in 1905. And I say just leave the lather on there and let the lather work its wonders through the chemistry of soap on the beard, and that it does not soften the beard. That's an error that they were trying to dispel back over 100 years ago. That you don't want your beard soft, because a soft beard is hard to cut. It bends, and you're more likely to slice long ways the hair than cut it off cleanly. And that makes sense to me. But what they say is that the lather interacts, removes the outer coating of the whisker, and hardens that whisker by the water going into it. That makes sense. It makes it stiffer, stand up. So, right side of the face, opposite of where I got my little cut. The Pace 6 blades. Here we go. And I already got some mushing of the lather, not getting the lather clean off, which may not particularly be a bad thing, because that's essentially what an open comb does to some extent. But from past experience, you do have to clean off your razor a little bit more. interesting feel. Those little blades are flexing. I can feel them kind of reaching out and almost sucking up your whiskers. Now, first feel, not much different than a lot of shaves. Now the Maggard. Okay. Let's wash off, and I'm just not going to use my fingers. I'm going to wash off and start fresh. Okay. Pretty similar first pass. Can't tell a whole lot of difference. The Maggard, I've never shaved with a DE89 or any of the 89 style razors, so I don't have any comparison with that. I compare it, as far as modern razors go, to the Matador closed comb. And the Matador closed comb is more aggressive than the MR6. So in many respects, between a super speed on one side and a Matador or a Jaws on the other side being the standard, I would say the MR6 firmly fits right in the middle of that. It's a nice feel. Across the grain. I kind of found it kind of interesting in comparison of the MR6 to other 89 style razors. The real difference of the MR6 is its weight. Weighs 120 grams versus the DE89 that with the barley handle comes in at about 79 or 80 grams. One handle style of the 89 is at 73. The 89L is at 75 grams. The Muley R89 is at 64 grams. And this is in comparison to the Matador, comes in at 100 grams, and the Jaws comes in at 82 grams. So this is a very, very hefty razor. Now then, in comparison, the heaviest razor that most anybody ever uses is the Future, and it weighs about 135 grams. So this is only about 15 grams behind the heaviest razor out there. Now, of course, you can get all kinds of handles to bump that up and to change that and get way above 135 grams if you want to. Maggard has got some hollow handle razors that you could very easily do that with. Oh, let's compare. Again, pretty close, pretty similar. Close to being baby wet smooth on the cheeks. Got a ways to go on the neck, both sides. A little bit more water. I thought about messing around and doing, you know, the canned goo type stuff, but nah. Okay. Against the grain. Now, I'm finding this longer handle and the way this works, I'm finding it very, very difficult to manipulate this. Seems like they designed it to go up and down, but they didn't design it to go at the different angles, it appears. Because I'm finding it real hard to get a grip on this. Okay, I'm not going to do touch-ups, which I normally have to do, to be honest. I normally have to do some touch-ups underneath my chin to get baby butt smooth. But I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to feel wet-faced. Pretty close all the way around. Now I'm going to do dry-faced. Again, very, very close difference. Very, very close. By the time I put aftershave on, probably both sides will be baby butt smooth. So overall, in comparison, Pace 6, not bad. If you've got to use a razor like this, particularly like when you're traveling, because carts are allowed on planes, and these kind of razor blades aren't. The Dorco 301, SP301, I believe it is. ST301. ST301. It's a good blade. Nice, smooth, soft. We'll put some Latoya aftershave lotion on. Burn, pretty equal both sides. If you had to do cartridge shaving, not a bad choice. Cheaper than a lot of the others. Don't know what it costs. Not bad. Carts aren't bad. The main thing about cartridge razors is that they're so cotton picking expensive. You can get a very, very similar shave with a 20-cent blade versus a $3 cartridge. They last comparatively long, even if you have 5 of these blades versus one of these. You're going to save money with this. And you're probably going to get a much better shave in the long run. Not in the short run. Comparison side by side, they're pretty equal. Like I say, if you have to use a cartridge blade, this isn't a bad choice. Now let me try this trimmer up. A trimmer blade. That's a nice little feature. I might buy one of these just to get the little trimmer on it. But, okay, now the aftershave dries down. Real close to baby butt smooth, both sides. So, in conclusion, Dorco makes a pretty good cartridge. It's cheaper, so I would recommend it if you want to use a cartridge. In the long run, I say buy Dorco DE blades and get you a good DE razor. You'll enjoy your shaves a lot more. You will. So, using the traditional methods with brush, soap, or cream, you're going to get a good shave regardless. This is going to be a little bit more difficult to use because it's going to clog up a little bit more. This is going to be a little bit easier to use, and it's going to be cheaper in the long run. That's my review, Dorco. Change your name. Until next time, good shaves. Be happy. Be safe. Bye-bye.